Yeah, it means a lot, of course. And one more interesting thing that we need, Musa, you should come in. One interesting thing that we need to talk about here is the fact that a lot of young people here are attaching their names to the names of their popular favorite celebrities. His name is Musa San Aliyu, but he calls himself Musa Khan because he loves Shah Rukh Khan. There's a
Yes.
guy called Shuaibu Arjun. There's a guy
Uh-huh.
called Abdul Salman Khan.
Uh-huh.
There is one lady called Ruchi Larki. All these names, all these names as a result of their passion for Bollywood films and of course the music that they listen to, the dances and so on and so forth. Musa, who gave you the title of Musa Khan?
Yes, actually, I got the tattoo because my favorite actor was Shah Rukh Khan actually, and people started calling me with King Khan and Khan and some other things. So it is like a prefix actor after my name, which you have already said it all. Most of our people here attach their names with their like popular actors. Yes, actually, like there was a friend who was called Musa Akshay, Shuaibu Arjun, something Kapoor.
Yeah,
This, because you're all idolizing them, we are all loving them. We all love them as sisters, and the
yeah,
kind of huge impact they are making as far as entertainment and as far as the creative sector and environment is concerned. So actually, I've got this name particularly because I'm a huge fan of Shah Rukh Khan. Actually, I celebrated his birthday. We made a special occasion, on his birthday. Do charity. We go to people with disability houses or base. We sit with them. We give them food. We also donate clothes. We also donate medicines. To people with disability or to remand homes at Tudu Maliki, so that to make the cause look more wonderful and glamorous, not just we are only being entertained or just
yeah,
talking about this stuff, but also let's imbibe something like Shah Rukh Khan. Really, he has a mere foundation. The foundation is, looking after people that were victims of acid attack in India. So actually, it's one of the vices. So he took, that kind of steps for guidance, counseling, and their operations, which consume a lot of money. Shah Rukh Khan is actually looking after them. Any victim of acid attack, like Shah Rukh Khan is taking care of him or her in India actually, which is very wonderful because anyone that was been is a victim of being victimized of acid, really loses hope because he feel like he is no more a human being because of
yeah.
his face. He lose
Sure.
hope, he lose faith. So it's like a very kind of initiative that is good, and we are also imbibing. Like I'm also now a developmental worker. When you are doing my flyer, I've told you that I'm a developmental journalist. I have
Yes.
that passion of developing my community and society because I'm seeing what these stars are doing. Not only Shah Rukh Khan, but like Salman Khan has been Human Foundation that also looking after people or vulnerable people in India. Amir Khan also owns a foundation, Pani Foundation, that works around or revolves anything remotely connected with water. He's doing that. Shah Rukh Khan is also taking care of people that are acid victims. So that
Yeah.
is why
So,
during
so your
COVID-19,
love
you
for
see how people
Bollywood has made you, your love for Bollywood has made you learn and established a lot of community charity work, for example, here. You're not just
yes,
fans of Bollywood for the sake of entertainment. You're
no,
also
no, no,
doing
actually,
humanitarian job
no.
work.
Yes, true. Yeah, actually, it is beyond entertainment. I think film is beyond entertainment, actually. I think the film is about value, is about theme, is about message, and especially these stars, they are doing wonderful films that, I think to me, the value of the films is beyond entertainment, but actually the message, because, it is a societal issue that is particularly happening, not only in India, but also in our society. So I'm taking that as, a picture and a bigger picture as to reflect. So actually, India to us, that is why we have established an association. Our name, the name
Believe-
of our association
Yeah.
is Dostana. Yes, and we are not only focusing on parties, throwing parties, doing gatherings or annual functions. No, actually, we are not doing that because we feel like the film industry is a creative industry. It consists of people that know art,
Mhm.
music, acting, directing, producing, and some other things. It comprises a lot of talent. So what we are doing in Dostana is like we are developing people potentialities. You love film, maybe there is a reason you love film because you love acting or you love songs or you write songs or you sometimes. So actually we find that kind of people, and they develop their potentialities, not just only to love Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan is in India. Maybe you can never meet him of your life, but you can imbibe something through his life,
Yeah,
through
sure.
his values, through his teaching. So actually, like this kind of things
Yeah.
is what we are encouraging. Like, it is beyond entertainment. So to us, India, Bollywood, Indian films are absolutely beyond entertainment.
Okay, thank you, Musa. Professor, we should be rounding up very soon, but what what comment have you got to make upon what Musa has said, turning or going beyond the entertainment and doing all those humanitarian stuff?
Yeah, I think it is really interesting that uh, I mean, film or popular culture that is obviously, I mean, it is when we're talking about popular culture, we are talking about people, something that it is from the people that it derives all its energy and force. And this is what Musa said is just so inspiring that cultural product, which has kind of become this universal force, like Bollywood, it is inspiring so many young people like Musa to actually get involved in all the issues and everything. So when Mrs. Maganti also talked about the values, so that's what, people love Bollywood because of the family values, because of the emotion, because of the um, empathy that people draw from Bollywood. So what Musa said, I mean, is a great example. Of course, in
Yeah.
India, there are also many, many non-governmental organizations, NGOs, which work on such issues. And there are many stars, film stars, who are involved in one or more of the NGOs. So they actually do that.
Right.
So
Yeah. The question that I wanted to ask you before putting that question was looking at the enormity of the support that Bollywood has or popularity that Bollywood has here in northern Nigeria, making them, I mean, the fans here, attaching their names to the names of their celebrities and the popularity of Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, and so on and so forth. Is this the same story in the United States of America? Is Bollywood this popular there, so much so that the people there can attach their names and can be copying stuff from the Bollywood actors?
no, unfortunately, I have not. I have not seen. I have not met anyone who has attached names to their Bollywood stars' names to their names. But I can tell you that I teach a class every spring semester. It's Indian cinema, and there are 300 people who enroll. Right, so every year, 300 people come to take that
Wow,
class. 300
300.
students. Yes, 300.
That's a
Yeah,
huge number
that's a huge
in a
number.
typical American university setting.
Yes, exactly. So that kind of shows that people really, they have
Yeah.
heard about Bollywood, maybe have seen either part or an entire Bollywood movie. Maybe they have seen some of the songs playing in the restaurants or something, and they want to know what is it. Why is Bollywood so different? And they come and get the whole history and down to Bollywood. So
Are they mostly Americans or international students?
yeah, so it is a mix. So University of Illinois has a lot of international students, but I would say many of those international students, they're also Americans, like Indian Americans, Nigerian Americans. I would consider them Americans. So it is a mix. So there are Americans there in the class too. So I mean, 50 to 60% only, I would say. Uh, so it is like a regular mix of students that we get in classes at the University of Illinois.
Okay, sure. There's one aspect that we need to briefly talk about, which makes the Indian films more popular, and I'd like Mrs. Maganti to talk about it: the jewelries, the The bangles, the earrings, and the necklaces,
Yes.
of course, they're
Yes.
very
Yes.
much popular.
That's true. Most of the students, most of the girls here, they love following Indian movies because of the jewelry, because
Mhm.
of the saris they wear, and the color combinations. And most of them aspiring to be fashion designers or learning tailoring art and all that. They all love to combine the colors that way and say, oh, this is like this particular star, this is like this particular star. You know, they keep comparing and
Mhm.
want to design their dresses in such a way. Fashion has a great role here, especially Indian Bollywood fashion
Mhm.
is very popular here in Nigeria. You know, as you rightly said, probably in America they are not very much concerned about these things. But here, as I said, the atmosphere is very typical like India. So
Mhm.
definitely, you know, the music, the wear, and probably the jewelry, everything is really appreciated. And sometimes they really dress to an extent. In a wedding also they do wear a sari, and they have an
Wow.
Indian night. In weddings, in local weddings, they have an Indian night and they wear saris, and you know, so it's so very popular here.
Yeah, of course. And one more thing, I got a question from one of our viewers and contributors, Noor Sani Suleiman. He said, is it a coincidence that most of the Indian films portray a part or some parts of our cultures? That's Hausa. Mrs. Maganti, do you have an answer to this? Because you've been here for a very long period of time. Is it a coincidence that most of the
No,
films portray?
I surely feel it is a coincidence because, as I said, you know, there are a lot of similarities. Probably at certain things that come up on women or women empowerment or other little categories. Probably would charity. You know, this charity is in Nigeria. People are very charitable,
Mhm.
and probably those things really make it. But it's a sheer coincidence that some incidents depict Nigerian culture.
That's great. So we have a lot in common with the Indians, especially with the Hausa people, and that is why Bollywood is so popular, more popular in northern Nigeria than in the south, which mostly is influenced by the Hollywood. Most of the people there are influenced by the Hollywood because of so many things. Colonialism is one of them. Even their mode of dress is quite different from the way we dress here, but there are people that dress traditionally. Briefly, I got another question from Mr. Abdullahi Musa Hassan, who is a principal of Kamfa Modern College here in Kano. He says, do Muslim producers in Bollywood enjoy freedom to promote their religious beliefs in movies, looking at the Indian Hindi domination? Do you get his question?
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, India is a secular country which gives all religions its due. So throughout,
Arguably, Professor, is an arguably secular country.
yes. So the thing, well, it has been, you know, like throughout the 20th century. So that's what. So, for example, Hindu devotional songs are written by Muslim poets, right? You know, so if like everyone came together in the making of films, they did not think of their religion. But since the 1990s, throughout the world, there has been the rise of religious fundamentalism, and like that in India too. So, but it is only very recently, in the last 10 or 15 years, that the Khans, you know, Shah Rukh Khan and Amir Khan and Salman Khan, I mean, they are kind of sometimes targeted by Hindu nationalists, Hindu fundamentalists, for their religion. But these are all secular people. But, you know, by and large, it is the film industry has been secular. You know, there are intermarriages, you know, between religions and all that. So but the Hindu fundamentalism, it is a problem. It is a problem much more for India. It is everyone's problem. So
Okay.
I hope India moves back to the more secular spirit that it had.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course, Shah Rukh Khan's, you talked about the secularism that is embedded in the Indian country and in Bollywood. Shah Rukh Khan's wife is Gauri Khan. She's Hindu. Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Yeah, and a lot of Muslims would criticize Salman Khan for his role in Bajrangi Bhaijaan, in
Mhm.
which he appears. In real life, he is said to be a Muslim, but he plays a Hindu person worshipping Bajrangi Bali. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, of course, that's great. Even though there's also another criticism for how Pakistan is being portrayed in the film. Yeah, most of the negative attributes and qualities are given to the Pakistanis. So this is
Yes.
another debate for another day. Maybe we have time to do it. How Pakistan is being portrayed in Bollywood. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of write-ups by scholars.
Yes.
I put out a question to my viewers. I said, why do you like Bollywood? And the other question is, in your opinion, how popular is Bollywood? And the third question, which is the last, I said, how do you or what do you like about Bollywood? So I get amazing answers. One of them, Sani Yusuf Ali, says, yes, number one, he likes Bollywood simply because their films are educative. Number two, I said, the question is, in your opinion, how popular is Bollywood? He says, for my money, Bollywood is the second film industry in the world after Hollywood, even though I prefer Indian cinema to American. And
Mhm.
number three, why does he like Bollywood? What does he like about Bollywood? He says they are cultural and traditional things. Of course, pretty much what all of you have spoken about. Aisha Zubair also said the same thing. She likes Bollywood, um, especially their series, but she says their series. She said their TV series films are very much lengthy. But the question here is, Professor, are those TV series that we watch on Z World produced by Bollywood, or it's
No,
another
they're
film industry?
Uh, there are, well, those are, let me see how I can answer that. Well, there are relatives of the film stars who are in the TV production business. So, for example, there was this star named Jitender in the 1970s and 80s, whose daughter, Ekta Kapoor, has created an empire of TV serials. I mean, she has an empire of TV serials. So it is the TV series, the serials, they have grown a lot, but they don't get, like that kind of money that the Bollywood stars get. But it is, it's a different kind of an industry, because now there is 24-hour TV channels. So therefore, people who have to go to work, every day and produce them. It is, I would say, though, that's kind of a satellite industry
Okay.
of the film
Okay.
industry.
That's good. So finally, yeah, she says, Aisha Zubair also said, she really likes Bollywood films. Actually, Bollywood is worldwide known, and it's majority known by so many people here in Nigeria, especially in the northern part of the country. And she says if she were to rate American movies, 100% Bollywood would be 90%. That's Aisha Zubair. Yeah. And Abdul Malik, popularly known as Yes We Can, he says, yeah, I really like Bollywood. Actually, Bollywood, oh no, he says the reason why I like Bollywood is that most of their movies are based on their culture and they are very romantic when it comes to the issue of love. And they teach me a lot of lessons on how to stay wisely and live in peace with my girlfriend. This is Abdul Malik Kabir, popularly known as Yes We Can. He's our secondary school classmate. Yeah, he got the name Yes We Can after that popular slogan of Barack Obama in 2008.
Yes, yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, sure. So we're rounding up. Musa Khan, come in and answer my final question before we close it a day. Are you there? Finally, um, are those Bollywood stars like Shah Rukh Khan aware of what you are doing?
No, actually, so far we haven't get any kind of contact with any kind of star so far in the Indian film industry. But hopefully, I am hoping that if I travel to India, if I got any opportunity, I'm going to write to the necessary places that we need to see the stars, not only to go and take pictures with them or selfie, but rather to talk about something which is very reasonable, especially that can happen in Africa between us and them. just like now that we have initiated Seva International. Seva International in Nigeria is their first initiative in Africa. We also like to have an exchange program between Indian Consul Relation and in fact, the film industry of fraternity, with also our own fraternity, because we are also having an industry here which is have its own uniqueness and have its own kind of problem, peculiar problem, which actually you already know. And we believe that if there is a capacity building and there is kind of collaboration, I think there will be an improvement. So I'm looking for this kind of opportunity so that we may have a very strong collaboration with Bollywood or any kind of industry in India, basically. But so
Okay,
far now it doesn't have. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Thank God you are connected to Professor Rini Mehta. I'm sure she will provide any moral support that you may need from her. Professor, finally, what are your final words? I hope you have enjoyed this conversation.
Yes, yes, it has been fascinating to know about this. So the final words is that I know that during the Cold War era, as when I studied the history of Indian cinema, it was that a lot of countries in Asia and Africa, they had easy access to Indian cinema, much more than Hollywood. But it is interesting that in the 21st century, people have access to everything. So when they choose Bollywood, they are actually making a choice. It's not because they have easy access to it. So if people have equal access to Hollywood and Bollywood and every other word that there is now, so it is much more interesting to see in the 21st century that Bollywood is so popular in Nigeria.
That's great.
Which means that they're choosing Bollywood consciously.
Sure. It's not by force that they follow the trend of Bollywood.
Yeah.
It's by choice. They
by
like
choice.
it.
By choice. Yeah.
Of course. Mrs. Maganti?
Yes.
Finally, what have you got to say about the program and the discussion and
the
stuff?
program is interesting. In fact, I was a bit skeptical about getting in, but when I met Dr. Rini, it's so nice to know about the industry background, which probably I did not know. Certain things she said is something very interesting. And thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to meet people through you, because in that way I also know that some of you are really connected and taking steps to connect people all over the world. Umar is working really hard to do his job very well. I think he leaves no stone unturned to meet people and connect people, and that enthusiasm in him is really making me proud of him. The title he has given me as his mother, probably I keep nagging him though that he should do more. But I'm really happy the way he is doing things, and the connectivity is more important, which we lost over the years now. But when getting back to it, like we are from Africa, you are in USA, and we are connecting over the continents, which is really, really admirable. And thank you, Musa, for joining in and showing your passion towards the industry. And I pray that you will get chance to meet your favorite actor, Shah Rukh Khan. And probably with all this we are talking about, no matter whether you would meet him or not, your prayers and blessings will always be there with him. And continue doing the good work you are doing in his name. It will benefit you also and the community at large. Thank
Inshallah.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words, ma'am. God bless you.
Yeah, of course. So finally, Musa, what can you say about the show? I hope you have enjoyed.
Actually, Umar, thank you so much for hosting me. As I said, it is a pleasure always to share the space, whether it is virtual, whether it is face-to-face with Mrs. Maganti. And actually, it is wonderful to have me really actually Mehta to discuss particularly on the issue of the creative industry. This is the kind of collaboration that we have, and I wanted to commend you and also commend Auntie Sarah Maganti for giving you the mentorship and the necessary support. And I'm very happy young people like you, like me, we love the industry and we love to bring something positive. So I believe that there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. If people like you, people like me come together one day, one time, we believe that the industry, especially here in Kannywood, inshallah, things will be okay. And Auntie Sarada Maganti, thank you so much. You're always supporting us, not only on this one, but actually in all our projects. May Allah bless you. And we pray that Auntie Maganti, you also you be in Kano for like over 300 years, which is
Amin, Amin.
Yeah.
Aliyu, but to tell you frankly, you are the only person who calls my name completely. Sharda Maganti is my name, and he's the only one who calls. The rest it's like Mrs. Maganti, Mrs. Maganti. But here in the university, they do call me Sharda. But from outsider who doesn't know anything about India, and all these years it is Mrs. Maganti, Mrs. Maganti. And when you call my complete name, I say, oh, that's very nice. Thank you so much for that.
Sure. On behalf of everyone that has contributed to the show, my name is Umar Isa Dendago. I just want to say, Musa, thank you very much for coming. Professor Rini Mehta, thank you very much for being on the show and thank you for recording. We also thank our own mother here, Mrs. Sharada Maganti, for being on the show. My name is Umar Isa Dendago saying goodbye and see you very soon.
Thank you.